Hey, what's up everyone? Tim here. Got another tutorial for you today. We're doing another themed bracelet, and this is a bracelet that's themed after Michonne's Katana handle wrap from The Walking Dead. I'm sure a lot of you watch that show. This is also a viewer request from one of my patrons on Patreon, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. So what we have here is basically a thick fishtail bracelet that's done with a variation of the Katana handle wrap or Sukamaki wrap. Okay, so this one, it's one of those bracelets that's a little bit more finicky just because of the way this is done. You know, the handle wrap, it's really supposed to be done on a solid handle, not a flexible bracelet, so you may have some trouble getting this one looking perfect. Even mine, I think, could use a little more work, but you know what, it's what I was able to do, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So yeah, I think it's, in the end though, it emulates that style of the Katana handle wrap really nicely. And that being said, let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so I got my paracord set up, and I've got it set up on the double cow's hitch with buckles, and that is a 4-strand core. So you can see I have 2 cow's hitches on each end, and it's the 4-strand core. So I have a tutorial for this setup if you don't know how to do it, so you can consult that video, which will be linked here. Okay, so to start out, this fishtail, nothing too different. Just a slight variation, just because of the way this method works. We're actually going to be kind of weaving it from behind, which is, I know, a little confusing, but it looks better at the end. Okay, so we're going to start off with the right strand. I'm going to go underneath, through the middle to the other side, and then the left strand underneath, through the middle to the other side. Okay. So now, from here, we're going to take the strand on the right, we're going to bring it behind again, through the middle, and it's going to go to the left side, like this. Okay, so then now we push this up slightly, like that. So from here, we can basically start the fishtail weave, and we're really just doing it from behind. So normally we'd be weaving on this side, but we're going to go from here. So now, same thing, same method though. Take the strand on the top, bring it through the bottom, behind, through the middle, out to the other side, and then again over the 2 strands on the right, through the middle, and back out to the other side, like that. See? And there we have our fishtail forming. So again, next knot, same thing. Strand on top, through the middle, out to the other side, and then over top, through the middle, back to the original side. So remember, it's the same method as we did before, where you keep both working strands on one side like that. And the way it ends up, it looks a lot cleaner, just the way I've been experimenting with it. Okay, so I'm going to finish off this thicker fishtail, and then we can move on to the next part of the bracelet. So I've woven the majority of my bracelet. As you can see here, we have the full thick fishtail. When we get to the end here, how we're going to finish it off, or finish off the fishtail portion, is we're going to take our top strand, as usual, and we're going to bring it under and through, just as if we were continuing to weave. Right, so we'll bring that through like this. So now we're here. So now, as you can see, rather than bring it back because we're out of space, we're just going to flip it over, and then we're just going to tie a single overhand knot like that, just, you know, one over the other, just like you're tying your shoelaces. And we'll bring that over here. Okay, so we're going to pull that tight like this. And there we go. So as you can see, how nice of a finish that brings. It's nice and flush on here. So we're going to pull that tight. Now don't snip and singe this yet. We're going to add on the additional cord for finishing off the katana weave. Okay, but if you're just doing a regular thick fishtail, I mean, you could stop here. You know, this is perfect as it is. But to continue, we're going to add on the additional cord at this point. So for the next part, to add on the gutted white paracord, Actually, I'm just going to loosen this up a little bit. Okay, this is the that last overhead knot we tied. Now I've roughly got 6 feet of gutted white paracord here, and you know, I'll annotate exactly here how much I use, because that's at the point of making this video. I haven't done this bracelet to its completion. But anyways, we're going to feed this through, and you're just going to find the middle point like this. Okay, just like that, and then we're going to pull both strands tight, and that will kind of anchor our white paracord right here. So at this point, I would go ahead and snip and singe the black so that it's nice and clean, it's easier to work with. And then from there, we're going to flip it over from here, and then we will do our katana handle wrap going down this way. Okay, so I'm going to snip and singe the black, and then we're going to set up to weave the next part. I snipped and singed my excess paracord, and as you can see here, I've got my white set up through here underneath that overhead knot. So this next part, I highly suggest you set yourself up on a jig or some sort of makeshift jig, because the nature of this next part is a little finicky, and it is a little difficult to get it looking nice. So I'm going to go ahead and get set up, and then I'll show you how to do the next part. Okay, so I got my bracelet and paracord set up on my makeshift jig here. Now I'm not using my wooden jig just because for filming purposes. This works out a lot easier. So what we're going to do is a variation of the Japanese katana handle wrap called the sukamaki. And the only variation is that instead of doing 2 twists in the center, we're just doing 1. And this is a wrap, they're not really knots, so you will have to use your thumbs and fingers to hold everything together as you do it. Just because, yeah, like I said, they're not knots, so they won't be anchored to the bracelet. So it can get a little finicky. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to start off with the strand on the right. As you can see, it's just slightly lower than the other strand. That's just the way it's set up. So this is a variation of the traditional Japanese katana handle wrap called sukamaki. And the only difference is that we're doing 1 twist in the middle instead of 2. I just find it works better this way for consistency. I'm going to start with the strand on the right. I'm going to go right over to that side. I'm going to put 1 twist. I'm going to put the twist away from me. Okay, so I twist it away from me like that. And then you're going to take the strand on this side. You're going to pull it over, and you want to do a twist like that. Okay, so you want to keep the twist centered in the bracelet as much as you can. And then we're going to bring both strands behind. I'm going to switch them, so now they're basically wrapped around on the other side. And then I'm going to do the same thing. So that's pretty much it. Again, I'm going to do right like that, twist, and then I'm going to do the left strand over the top of that, and then twist. So as you can see, you want to create the... Okay, I'm going to pass them through each other first, pass them behind. So as you can see, we want to create that diamond effect here. Now, because this is just a wrap, you can kind of manipulate the paracord like that. You see, I'm just kind of forming the handle wrap shape better, like that, with my fid. Okay, there we go. So that's pretty much it. You're just going to continue this pattern of so again, I'm doing my right over of the passes over with the twist. Okay, this will be a little tiring on your fingers just because you have to hold everything together, which is why I suggest using the jig. Do the twist again, and there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to continue this pattern all the way down my bracelet. As you can see, it's starting to look pretty nice. I'm going to continue weaving all the way down, or wrapping all the way down to the end, and then I'll show you how to finish it off. Okay, so as you can see, I'm finished the katana wrap all the way down. Now for the end, we're going to keep it pretty simple. So I'm going to do the last twist here, over, and then the last twist here, over like that. We're going to bring both strands around to the other side, like so. And then we're just going to finish it off with a overhand knot again. I'll have to probably redo this just because it's a little difficult to do this behind the camera. Okay, so I know it does look a little messy on this side, but we can always move our strands around to adjust. But I think the main concern is the front side, which I think I got pretty well. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to snip and singe off the excess here, and I did end up using a little more. I ended up using about 8 feet instead of 6.5, but I will annotate that earlier, of course. So I'm going to snip and singe that, and we'll be done. Alright, and there we have it. I'm done. So I've snipped and singed off the excess, and everything is nicely wrapped. So if any of these sort of diamonds look a little off, you can always kind of play with them with a fid to get the shape a bit better. But just due to the nature of this wrap over the fishtail, these knots will kind of shift around because they're not really knotted in, and that's just really the way it's going to be, because this technique is originally meant for a solid object, not a flexible kind of bracelet. But in the end, I think it emulates the katana wrap quite nicely. And for all those Walking Dead fans, if you choose this color style, it looks pretty much exactly like Michonne's katana handle, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that is about it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you are able to do this on your own. And if you have any problems or issues, questions, please do leave a comment or question down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And do stick around till the end. I will annotate any and all related videos and anything else you might like. Okay, so thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please do like, share, and subscribe. That would really help me out. And I'll see you guys on the next tutorial video. Alright, bye.